We're back. We're back. I don't know what happened to my stream. I don't know why the game I don't know why like I said, my stream cut out. So hopefully we're good. I'm just making sure everything's good here before I get started with the gameplay on anything. So the first part of the stream went up. And I was cut off by everything. So hopefully this part of the stream right here will actually be better. I'm gonna play Shadows just because. But yeah, so we were talking about the development of Cold War, right? And how, you know, they started you know, how they were developing it from home. We got a person watching the stream. What's up? Appreciate everybody stopping by. But yeah, so Cold War was developed, like I said, during the pandemic. There was a lot of issues with Cold War. A lot of things going wrong with it. I don't want to play this intro cutscene too long on Shadows, because
I don't think this is a dream.
Yeah. I don't know if they would copyright it or not. But anyways, yeah, so developed during the pandemic, a lot of issues with the game, you know, a lot of instability, and the campaign was absolutely buggy and absolutely terrible at certain points, and it was not a good experience. Big lack of content. I think to start off, the game only had 6v6 maps in it. You know, not a lot of content to start off with. Not a lot going on with Cold War when it first came out. But as the year progressed and everything, you know, started changing with Cold War, like, the game became better. Oh lord, let's not go down here, dude. Shadows of Evil is like one of those maps where you can go down at really any time, and we were glitching there. I don't know what was going on with that. Oh, I forgot the summoning key. I'm an idiot. I don't know what we're doing. But anyways, so yeah, to go back to this article on Gulf War, it's going to have the longest development cycle of any game. And I was about to get into the reasons of why I think that's good and why I think that's bad. And I'm going to get into the reasons of why I think it's bad first. I think it's bad because if they have 4 years to develop this game, they're... Oh, Lord. Please don't tell me. Okay, we're good. Boy, that kind of scared me, boy. Not gonna lie. Listen, these rooms on Shadows, man, they'll get you. But anyways, the longer time you spend working on something, the more, you know, thought you're gonna have into it, and the more advice that's gonna be put into it. Too many cooks in the kitchen, man. You know, 3 years, 3,000 devs. We've heard the story about, you know, Modern Warfare 2019. We've heard the story about, you know, Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2 and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Listen, just because you have more devs on a project and just because you have more time does not mean that the game is going to be good. You see what I'm saying? We've seen projects where the game has been developed for years and years and years, and it still comes out trash. You know what I'm saying? I would argue that even with Cold War, like what the, you know, what the situation was with that game, the fact that Sledgehammer was making it, and, you know, Activision, you know, said, like, hey, you know, y'all aren't developing this game very good, so we're going to pull y'all out. And Treyarch had to come in last minute and develop it, right? So, with that being said, just because the game has had 4 years to develop, it doesn't mean it's going to be good. Okay? And that's going to get our hopes up, and then guess what? When our hopes get up, we're going to be let down. Okay? So, I temper you guys to come into this new year with Gulf War with low expectations. Okay? Because if you're, you know, if you're not expecting it to be good and it's not, you know, then, you know, you're not going to be disappointed. You know what I'm saying? You can't be disappointed if you have low expectations. So just temper your expectations, guys. You know, one person I would recommend watching is Blame Truth. Obviously, y'all know who Blame Truth is. I don't have to sit here and tell you guys. You know what I'm saying? He's a godsend for the COD community, bro. Like, I've been watching him for a very long time, and you know, he just knows when Call of Duty's not gonna be good. Like, he can pretty much tell you, like, hey, you know, this game it's gonna have a lot of problems, gonna have a lot of bugs, but like I said, temper your expectations, man. You know, just because it's had 4 years to develop, just because Treyarch's developing it. Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness. Bro, first time coming back to stream in 6 months, and this is what happens. First time to stream in 6 months, and we go down on round 2 on Shadows of Evil. One of my favorite maps of all time. But we're about to head to my favorite map of all time, and hopefully it's going to work out for us. I'm going to continue reading on the article and everything. Hopefully the game does not crash on me like it did. Knock on wood. But yeah. So yeah, 4 years to develop this game. I just think it's gonna be. I just think it's bad that they've had that much time to develop it, because there's gonna be a lot of things that could go wrong. They're gonna be high expectations for this game, and Treyarch has had to step in multiple times. They've had to step in every year, it seems like, up until, you know, this year. Like, literally from Black Ops 4 to now, they've had to step in and at least develop one part of every game that's come out the last 5 years. 6 years. So it's gonna be very interesting seeing how this game develops, right? Good thing about it having a lot of time, they're gonna have a lot of time to iron out bugs. They're gonna have a lot of time to develop new concepts to the game. They're gonna have more time developing stuff in the game that actually matters. And that's important. That's important. We seen that with X Defiant, the last play session that they had, the last test thing that they had. A lot of people didn't like how buggy the servers were, and they kept postponing it over and over and over again. I was hoping that X Defiant was going to be the game that saved COD, or the game that, you know, killed COD or whatever. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I don't think there's going to be a game that kills COD until COD kills itself. And the way it's going right now, it's looking like it's going to do that at some point in time. Will it be next year? Probably not. Will it be in the next 5 years? Probably not. But it just depends. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you know, they've had plenty of time to develop this game. So there should be no excuse. There should be no excuse. If this game launches buggy, which it probably will, because they launch buggy every year. It's just not going to be a good look, man. You know, it's not going to be a good look, especially since they've had 4 years to develop this game, bro. And there's no pandemic, so don't sit there and say, well, oh, there's a pandemic, as Blame Truth would say. Listen, there's no excuse now. COVID is not around no more, okay? You know what I'm saying? People have moved on with their daily lives, and, you know, we're back into the normal swing of things. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there's no excuse. There's going to be no excuse if Treyarch can't develop a good game this year. So Black Ops Gulf War is rumored to be bringing back returning maps from the Black Ops franchise. Now, here's what I'm going to say about that, okay? They've been remastering the same maps over and over and over and over again. Good God. I mean, how many times are we going to see Nuketown? How many times are we going to see Raid? How many times are we going to see, you know, all these maps that just keep coming back over and over and over again? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, you know, Rust and Raid and all these other maps that they keep remastering, they're good maps. You know what I'm saying? They're classics. But it's like, where's the just other maps, like, in the catalog that y'all can bring back? You see what I'm saying? Like, why are we not bringing back other maps that have not been released? You know what I'm saying? Where's Stronghold from Black Ops 3? You know what I'm saying? Where's, you know, all these other great maps that have been released throughout Call of Duty history that y'all have not even touched? You see what I'm saying? And I feel like this year, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing. They're going to remaster the same maps. They're going to put overpriced bundles in the game. And it's just going to be, you know, not good. It's not going to be good, man. I feel like, regardless of how much time they have, if the developers aren't good, and that's the other bad thing, too, as well. I don't know if y'all know it, but Treyarch is not the same Treyarch that made Black Ops 2. They're not the same studio that made Black Ops 3. You know what I'm saying? They're not the same studio that made World at War and, you know, all the other good Treyarch games. They're not, okay? There's a lot of new devs. They may have the vision, you know what I'm saying? But having the vision is one thing, executing it is another. And the COD community knows what to do. They know what to put in a good Call of Duty game. But yet still, every single year, they do the same thing over and over and over again. They release the game full of bugs. You know, they put stuff in the game we don't even really want. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just Treyarch. It's every single COD studio out there. It's Sledgehammer Games. It's Raven Software. It's, you know, Infinity Ward, especially Infinity Ward. You know what I'm saying? I would argue that Infinity Ward's probably the worst development studio out there. I would rather have Sledgehammer Games develop a game than them, because they just don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they don't know how to develop a game. You know, Infinity Ward. But a lot of those studios, they have a lot of problems. But as far as, like, them bringing back, you know, maps and stuff like that, they gotta start bringing back new maps, bro. Like, at least maps we have not seen remastered before. You know what I'm saying? You know, put a good mix of new maps in there. Do a good mix of older maps in there. You know, from Call of Duty history, and I guarantee you it will be a great game. You know what I'm saying?
I will guard this with my life, though I hope it does not come to that.
You know, then round-based zombies is going to be making its return again, and that's really good. I'm so glad to see that, because Modern Warfare 3, they missed the mark on zombies. You know what I'm saying? I felt like they could have done a whole lot more, especially, you know, since Infinity Ward. I will say this, they do make really good looking video games. You know, they make really good looking titles. Do they play good? No, not really. Not like they used to back in the day with, you know, Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. The old Modern Warfare 2 and old Modern Warfare 3. So it's just a lot, you know, going on with the new game coming out this year, and I hope round-based zombies goes back to some of the older things that made it great, while implementing some of the newer things that I enjoy. For example, let's bring back an old feature, perma perks. What happened to perma perks? You know what I'm saying? I know Jimmy Zelensky, you know, was the forefather of the perma perk. You know what I'm saying? Perma perks were cool. You know what I'm saying? Back on Mamba the Dead, and, you know, Die Rise, and all the other maps like Buried. You know what I'm saying? All those maps brought something interesting to the game. And permaperks was another interesting concept that I would like to see being brought back. Gobblegums. Hey, gobblegums are dope. I don't care what none of you say. I'm a stick with my thought, and gobblegums should return in this next game. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do gobblegums in the shape of a circle, do it in sticks. Do it in sticks of gum. You know what I'm saying? Make it different. You know what I'm saying? It might not be as cool as the animation is for, you know, the gobblegums, but it'll be different. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, obviously back in the 90s, you know, they had, you know, different ways of doing things and stuff like that. So, you know, make it true to the time period. You know what I'm saying? Make it cool. You know, that's something that COD really doesn't do anymore. They don't implement, they don't, you know, innovate anymore like they used to. It's just like they're trying to be like Fortnite. Everybody wants to be like Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You gotta create your own vision. You gotta make your own thing, and, you know, implement it better. You know what I'm saying? And I just think Gobblegums is one of those things that they should bring back, because it was a fan favorite feature that everyone loved in the game, and it just spiced things up a whole lot better. I know Dr. Monty isn't, you know, the prominent figure in Call of Duty anymore, since we moved on from the Ether storyline. So make up a new person. Make up a new boss, like a new overseer, and, you know, give him or her an interesting backstory. That's all you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do it like Dr. Monty, where he's a doctor and, you know, he created, you know, his race of zombies, and there's another guy who has his race of zombies, her zombies as well. You don't have to do the same premise as the Ether storyline, but just make it different to the point to where it's relatable, to where it's fresh. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's you have creative minds out there that can do it. You know, you have people out there that are very intelligent. You know what I'm saying? People that are narratively driven, and people that, you know, can make something really good. You know what I'm saying? Black Ops 3 was peak zombies. You know what I'm saying? Will I think, or do I think there will ever be a zombies as good as Black Ops 3? Probably not. Because Black Ops 3 just, it killed expectations, man. Like this map right here, Der Eisendrache, I would say Der Eisendrache is probably the best zombies map of all time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people would say Origins is the best map of all time. A lot of people say Shadows is the best map of all time. A lot of people say Mob is the best map of all time. You know what I'm saying? But going back to, you know, things that I think the zombies should do this year, you know, perma perks, gobble gums, bring back the old perk system as well. If you can't bring back the old perk system, if you don't want to bring it back, at least do the one from Cold War. Cold War's perk system, let me tell you guys. Cold War's perk system was absolutely great. It was great. It was good. I loved it. I love the fact that you can, you know, start out with the base version of the perk, and the more grinding you do, the more better your perks get. Okay? I would argue, hell, use the template for Black Ops Cold War, but make it better. Introduce, you know, new perks in the game, you know, introduce new ways to, you know, level up, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot they could do. There's a lot they could do. They just gotta have the ingenuity, they gotta have the smarts, and just make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I feel like they could do it. I feel like they could do it. Kobe. There we go. But yeah, man, you know, I just feel like that's some of what they can do to, you know, bring zombies back to what it was. Another thing that they need to do, and when I say they need to do it, bro, it is imperative that they do it. There needs to be a set cast, okay? I am so tired of operators in COD Zombies. It don't make no sense, okay? Why do we need to have Snoop Dogg in a cutscene? Why do we need to have Samantha Maxis in a cutscene? You know, not, well, let me not say Maxis, because obviously she's, you know, one of the more important characters in the zombie storyline. But there should be no excuse as to why we have bunny rabbits in cutscenes, and why we have, you know, all these stupid characters that don't need to be in a cutscene. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense, bro. Like, what are we doing, bro? You see what I'm saying? Like, good lord, man. We just need a set cast and crew. That's it. That's it. I don't care if you put 4 males. I don't care if you put 4 females. I don't care if you throw a dog in there. I don't care if you put Scooby-Doo in the game. We just need a set cast. We need a crew. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how, you know, they're gonna, you know, do the storyline moving forward, because it's Requiem. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but we'll see what happens. So round-based zombies coming back. I just, you know, said what I think they should do. Bring back old stuff. Mix it with the new stuff. Coca-Cola. Some of the best soda you can get out there. Other than Dr. Pepper, of course, but That's neither here or there. But like I said, you know, that's just some of the things they can do. As far as like, you know, zombies mode goes. Now the campaign. So they're talking about it's going to be an open world campaign, okay? The last game to feature that was Modern Warfare 3, and look how that turned out. You see what I'm saying? They keep doing stuff that the COD community does not want. Like, are y'all that lazy? Are y'all that lazy to not want, you know, to make a good story that's going to be relatable? You know what I'm saying? A great storyline that has rememberable characters and, you know, has a linear storyline, since they can't do branching storylines anymore because they just don't have the know-how anymore. Yeah, that didn't work out very well. Okay, we're gonna try this again. That didn't work out either. Listen, man, every single time I get on this bow step, I don't know. I'll miss it and miss it like several times. But eventually we get it to go. But the open world campaign, man. So it's reported to have an open world style similar to Modern Warfare 3. However, it's been built from the ground up. Okay? So whatever the hell that means, I'm not for sure. Okay? Dude, the way they wrote this article, and I'm reading this article from this website. I'm not really for sure what the website is, so take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. But they say that an open world experience could be enough to bring some fans back to the story element of Call of Duty. No, it won't. No, it won't. Because a lot of it drove people away. For goodness sakes, like, the Modern Warfare 3 campaign was so freaking bad, bro. Like, it was so bad. Like, I don't think there was anything good about the Modern Warfare 3 campaign. It was that bad. Like, I mean, come on. Like, what are we doing, bro? Y'all remember back in Black Ops 1 when there was a linear storyline with great characters, a great plot, you know, they explained the exposition, it was real history, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, are we not gonna go back to, like, to how that was? Where we had a good cast of characters, where we had a good storyline? You know, that wasn't about missiles all the time. Oh, we need to get the missiles. The missiles. Oh my god, the missiles. Who has the missiles? Shove a missile up your ass. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand it. Okay? The open world thing, they need to stop it. They don't need to do it anymore. Because look what happened with Modern Warfare 3's campaign. It was absolutely atrocious. Okay? So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to, you know, do an open world campaign again. I'm not for sure. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, you have, you know, good characters. You know what I'm saying? You have Mason, you have Adler, you have, you know, Woods. You know, you have all these characters that are great ones. You know what I'm saying? And they're just ruining it. And it's crazy, man. Good Lord, it's crazy. I don't know what to think. I don't know how I feel about a open world story mode again this year, just because the last one was so bad. Like, I just don't know, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about an open world story mode. To me, I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like the main reason they're doing this open world story mode is so that way they can promote Warzone. Because literally, the same mechanics that were in Modern Warfare 3's campaign with the open world missions are the same mechanics that are in, guess what? Warzone. It's all about Battle Royale, man. It's not about multiplayer anymore. It's not about the story mode anymore. Which I don't think it's ever been about the story mode. But, y'all get what I'm saying, though? Like, not everybody likes Warzone, bro. I especially don't. I don't care about Warzone. Warzone could die tomorrow, and I wouldn't care. Like, Warzone killed Call of Duty, bro. That may be a hot take, but Battle Royale is what killed Call of Duty. Unless they bring back Blackout, which, that's another thing that I feel like Treyarch should do. Bring Blackout back. You know what I'm saying? Bring Blackout back, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm just not understanding. Like, imagine Blackout on a current gen console now. Like, imagine it with, you know, a brighter map. Like, literally just redo Blackout. Like, call it Blackout 2.0. You know, bring back the fan favorite locations that were in the first Blackout with new weapons, new events, and, you know, just, you know, fresh new characters. I mean, like, bro, I'm speaking facts right now. You can't say that I'm not. Like, I'm sitting here trying to help, you know, Treyarch, because, listen, Treyarch has been put through the ringer, bro. God bless their hearts. They've been put through the ringer so many times. And it's not fair to them. It's not fair to Treyarch, man. Because, you know, they've given us some of the best experiences we've ever had. With World at War, with Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. Hell, I would even say Black Ops 3 and 4 were all great experiences. Hell, I would even argue at some point within Zombies on Cold War, I actually had fun, man. I had fun with D Machine. I had fun with, you know, Firebase Z and, you know, Mauer der Toten. You know, if that's something y'all want to see me stream, if y'all want to see me get back on Cold War, y'all drop a like on this video. If you're late to the party here, Black Ops, hold on, I'm sorry. This stream will be put in two parts. Hopefully, if everything goes good with this game right here. For some reason, we had technical difficulties in the last one, so I apologize. ICR, I'll take it. But, yeah, the open world story mode, man, it's not, bro, it's not going to be good. Then they talk about a potential Game Pass release because obviously, you know, Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard this year, so, you know, there's that. So now I'm going to get into some of the leaks. After Reddit has me prove that I'm a human. Alright. So these are leaks. Okay. This is coming from a data miner Tom Henderson is doing some of the leaks as well. Not perk. Where's the weapons? Okay, so here's a list of all the weapons. We're gonna dive into them, and I'm gonna talk about them, and I'm gonna let you guys know what I think about them. So we're gonna start off with the ARs and then work our way down. And like I said, these are leaked, so take what I say with a grain of salt. The Colt Model 723. So I would assume that this is a M4 model. Obviously, during the Cold War, or during the Gulf War, I'm sorry, which was set in the 90s, like late 80s, early 90s, going into the 2000s, I think it's fitting. And is that a Panzer? That is a Panzer. Thank God for the lightning bow, man, I tell you. Thank God for the lightning bow, man. Probably one of the best wonder weapons in COD history. But anyways, the Colt Model 723, I think that's like an earlier model of the M4 or the M16 or whatever. Happy to see it. You know, they started introducing the M4 back in the day as well, so it's accurate within the time period. I've used the M4 before, coming from my military background. I love the M4 platform, so that's going to be good to see. The AK-74 looks like it's going to be making a return. No surprise there. The AK-74 is a variant of the AK-47. It's within that AK platform. Obviously, they're not going to use these real-life weapons, like the real-life counterparts, for licensing reasons. So there's that. So the AK-74, good placement on this list. The Set Me Model L, I would like to say that's a Spanish rifle, because Set Me is a Spanish institute. Not really sure what the Model L is, though. Probably should have done some research, but whatever. So Set Me Model L. Okay, so this is kind of like the Krieg 6 from Black Ops Cold War. If you guys remember the Krieg 6, that's what that is. So, yeah, I mean, fits the time period. So yeah, definitely fits the time period, man. Like I said, feel like a lot of these weapons hopefully will fit the time period. Time period being the Gulf War, being the 90s. Obviously, we're not gonna have, H&K 5.7s in the game. We're not gonna have none of that crazy futuristic stuff in the game. Hopefully not. Okay, we already have a transfuse. Cool. Alright. So, yeah, so the Set Me Model L, kind of like the Krieg 6, so definitely cool to see that one return. The AS Val, that was in Modern Warfare 2019, but this is probably going to be a more, earlier version of the AS Val, so that's going to be cool to see. I definitely got to get Pack-a-Punch, set up. The M16A2, that it's the same thing, that I was just talking about with, with the Colt Model 723, which is an earlier model of the M4 platform. Which let me be sure, just to make sure. Yeah, Yeah, so it's kind of like the Commando. Kind of like the Commando from Black Ops 1. Love to see it, man. So glad to see it. So that's definitely going to be good to see. Moving on to our next weapon, like I said, the M16A2. It's the second version of the M16. The M16 was developed, I think it was 1963, by Eugene Stoner. Obviously, Eugene Stoner was a big weapons developer back in the day, responsible for creating the M16 as we know it. Well, the M4 now. So definitely cool to see the L85. Kind of like the infield from back in Black Ops 1, if you guys remember that weapon. Really great weapon on that game. Pretty underrated. The AR-18, I'm pretty sure that might be a derivative of the AR of the M4 as well. So that's definitely going to be cool to see. The Mendoza MR2, or RM2, I think it is. So I'm looking up a lot of these weapons, and I'm giving you guys, kind of what I think they look like. So this one is a very older looking firearm. It kind of reminds me of like a Bren or a Bar kind of mix. So that's definitely going to be interesting to see. And then we have the SAR-80. The SAR-80 is, yeah, so that's kind of the assault rifle version of the Stoner. Because if you guys remember back in Black Ops 1, the Stoner was a LMG. It was classified as a LMG. But I think this version that I was just talking about, the SAR-80, I think it is, that's going to be the assault rifle version of the Stoner 63. So that's going to be cool to see as well. I'm loving these weapons that they have listed. Okay, moving on to the battle rifles, we have the SIG FG542. Not really sure what that is. I'm trying not to look up every single weapon, but bro, they have a lot of interesting weapons. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack a punch this again as well. Hopefully to give me like blast furnace or something. Called it. Yes, zombies burst into flames. But yeah, man, they have a huge list of weapons here. Just some of the more familiar ones that you guys are definitely gonna be familiar with. The FN FAL, the MP5. The PP90 Bison, I think, is what it's going to be. The Mossberg 500 is going to be in the game. The AR-10. The KSP, which was in Black Ops Cold War as well. The M16 Mark 12, that's kind of interesting weapon as well. The Dragunov is going to be in the game. The L96, which is a fan favorite from Black Ops 1 as well. The H&K USP, fan favorite from COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 as well. It's going to be in 9mm as well as 40 Smith & Wesson. And then the 5.7 is going to be in the game. I thought it wasn't going to be. I guess it was. Yeah, it was developed in the Gulf War, so that kind of does make sense. The M9 is going to be in the game. The Panzerfaust, which is a older rocket launcher. The FIM-92 Stinger, which was another good launcher back in the day. Then obviously they have the knife, the combat knife, and the breaching tool to round out the platform. So we're looking at over over at least 40 to 50 weapons here. So that's definitely going to be interesting to see how they work the weapons into this year's game. Definitely excited to see what they do with Gulf War. I kind of want to temper my expectations this year for it, just because Call of Duty it's not going to be good until they get rid of skill-based matchmaking, obviously. Like, as long as skill-based matchmaking is in the game, Call of Duty will not be what it used to be. Like, if you're not going to lower skill-based matchmaking or change it at its core, at least do combat training as an option. Double tap. Think that's double tap? Oh yeah, it's double tap. Yo, the ICR is so smooth, man. I remember when I was working on this weapon for the camo grind back in the day. I loved using it, man. It's so smooth. It's like a futuristic M4 kind of deal. But definitely excited to see the list of weapons that they have in Gulf War, though. But like I said, it doesn't matter what kind of weapons they have. It doesn't matter if they bring Dead Silence back as a perk, which I'll probably look up a list of the leaked perks here in a minute, and we could talk about that as well. But I have nothing to say about the weapons. I think the weapon choice that they have in the game, you know, leaked weapons that we know of at least. You know, these can change. These can be, you know, different ones. It just depends. You know what I'm saying? So, oh my god, bro, listen, the haymaker is something else, man. So on the rocket pad, okay, I think that's this way. But yeah, man, probably gonna look up the list of perks here in a little bit. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the stream so far, man. Obviously, we kind of got disconnected from the last one. I believe the game kind of crashed. It froze on me. Yeah, we're gonna pack punch this again. I think we're gonna get turned. Blast furnace again. Okay. Oh my lord, this thing with double tap is absolutely stupid. The KRM is absolutely busted as well. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna look up the list of perks that are leaked. All right, a list of leaked perks. So yeah, so like I said, these are leaked. They don't really have a definitive name to them. They kind of look very different, if you will. I'm going to go ahead and put this off to the side here because I can't see my ammo count down there in the corner of the TV. Alright, so third person. A third person perk, I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't know if that means you can see over walls at certain points, because when you think of third person, you can kind of see everything. So maybe there's going to be a perk where if you're running into walls and stuff and you need to see what's on the other side of the wall, maybe that kind of comes into play there. I'm not for sure. I don't know. Moving on to the next perk, the Gorilla perk. I'm not for sure what that is. The way it's spelled, it's not like gorilla as in the animal. It's Oh my god, just melted it. It's kind of like guerrilla warfare. So, where you have a bunch of people running out at you at one time. So, maybe it kind of, maybe it's a perk where, you know, it's used in numbers, maybe? Oh my god, this... Bro, this thing with double tap on it's absolutely stupid. But yeah, I'm not for sure what that gorilla perk is. I don't know if any YouTuber has done a breakdown of all these perks, so... maybe they'll have a better idea of what it is. So there you go. Moving on to sonar, I'm guessing this is where maybe you'll get sonar pings every once in a while, kind of like a heartbeat sensor kind of deal. Not really for sure. Moving on to hardline, obviously that's where you get your streaks faster. You know, they're kind of at a discounted cost or whatever. Yeah, so hardline, that's been in pretty much every Call of Duty game. Moving on to scavenger, where you get your ammo back, you know, kind of where they drop the packs on the ground. You know, y'all know what it is. Restock, I'm guessing that's kind of like where you restock equipment, if that makes sense. Kind of like a scavenger version of lethals and tacticals. Moving on to munitions. Munitions that I'm not really for sure what that is. I don't understand that one. Moving on to Hunt Master. Maybe that's kind of like where, you know, you're hunting for people on the map. Maybe you'll have an advantage as far as like hunting people who are on a streak or whatever. Moving on to Survivor, I think Survivor may be kind of like, you know, a perk where you're on a streak or whatever, and maybe, you get more health when you're about to die. You know, maybe it's kind of like that kind of deal. Then they have Quick Fix in the game, which we all know what Quick Fix is. When you're low on health and you get a kill on the objective, or you're playing the objective, your health comes back. Moving on to Grave Robber. I'm not really for sure what that is. I will say, though, the list of perks they have here, like as far as the variety, is crazy. Like, it's pretty crazy. They have a lot of them. Moving on to Hustle. That's probably a perk where you maybe switch weapons faster. Maybe where you run faster. You know, kind of deal. So, could be that. Operative. Not really sure what that one could be. Like I said, a lot of these perks, they're cut and dry. They don't really give explanations of them, obviously. So, I'm going off of this based off of my my opinions, you know. Maybe you guys' opinions would be right, mine's can be wrong. Maybe mine's can be right and y'all's could be wrong, you know, it just depends. Dude, as long as you have the haymaker, you don't need anything else, bro. It seems like at this point. Yeah, we're gonna need ammo pretty soon. Moving on to the next one, there's Warhead. Maybe that's for missiles. Maybe your missiles do more damage. I'm not really following that one. Didn't we use the death ray? So the thing should be somewhere for the Ragnaroks. Moving on to the next one, Underkill. I think that's like where you don't take another weapon. Maybe you take more lethals, more tacticals, or something like that. I'm not really for sure. Yeah, I thought we, yeah, because we only have one part. Because I know the Panzer drops one. There's usually one up here when you take one of the launch pads. Dude, this thing is busted, bro. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, underkill, I think that's where instead of choosing a weapon, you can take like another piece of lethal equipment or something like that, or maybe that's what tactician is. I'm not really for sure. Or you can take 2 secondaries. That's probably what that is. Moving on to tactical recon, maybe that's kind of like a reconnaissance perk. Maybe that's kind of like where you know where certain stuff is on the map and you have a tactical advantage, blah, blah, blah. Y'all notice I'm just using my bullet weapon right now? Like, I'm not even trying to use my bow. Moving on to the next perk, dexterity. That's, you know, where you mount, mount things quicker, ladders, you can swap weapons faster, that kind of deal. Tactical resist, that's probably going to be dealing with, flashbangs and stuns and, everything like that. Listen, that perk has not worked in a long time. Literally, you can wear it and you still get flashbang from hill to hill, and it just doesn't work. Moving on to the next one, we have Mercenary. Not really sure what that one is as well. And bro, they have so many more. They have Extra Deadly, Anti-Up. That was in Black Ops 3, was it not? Yeah, I think that was in Black Ops 3, bro. Panzer Soldat is down. We have an insta-kill. We have an insta-kill. Yep, let me get this tram fuse, though. I would go ahead and start working on another bow. But it's like, as long as I have ammo for the lightning bow, as long as I have enough ammo for the lightning bow, bro, I'm good. Anti-Up, that was in Black Ops 3. Heavy Metal, Covert Ops, Scavenger Plus. So, are there going to be pro perks in this game? Plus perks in this game? Question mark. Hopefully we'll get an ammo here, like a max ammo here soon. Because that would be nice. Blast Shield, that's kind of like the thing from Modern Warfare 2 back in the day, where it kind of limits your field of view. But you took less explosive damage. Kind of like Flak Jacket, but not really. Surveillance, maybe you pop out a little camera, or maybe you have access to all cameras or something. When you ask for something from the COD gods, they will deliver. Overcharged field upgrade, not really sure what that is. EOD, that's obviously taking less explosive damage, I think. Extra shrapnel, that's more grenades. Grenade expert, maybe you toss grenades better. Question mark, because literally I'm an expert in grenades. Because I got my grenade expert badge in basic. Whatever. Tune up, not really sure what that is. I've heard of it, it sounds familiar. But I'm not really for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much all the perks that they have here. Listen, I didn't see a dead silence perk. I didn't see sleight of hand in there. What are we doing? Like, I understand, you know, they might have magazine attachments where you reload faster, kind of like fast mags and dual mags or whatever. Which, that's something that they need to bring back as well. But, like, come on, man. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Like, what is this perk selection? Why do we not have dead silence? Like, that should be a thing in all COD games. You know what I'm saying? Like, either give me the option to stay off the map with Ghost, which I didn't even see a Ghost perk in there. Maybe one of those perks is the Ghost perk, and we just don't know it. But I'm not really for sure why they don't have a dead silence perk in the game, which that kind of bothers me, not gonna lie. But, you know, very interesting. Very interesting that there's no dead silence perk in the game. Maybe they'll introduce it. Maybe they'll implement it. Who knows, man? Who really knows at this point? It would be nice to get, like, raindrops or something. There we go. Alright, we got to get up out of here. Make sure they ain't drop no power-ups for us. No nukes or carpenters or anything. They did drop us a tram fuse, so that's good. The good old lightning bow, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get it. I will glide on out of here though. But yeah, so the perks, yeah, like, I just think they could do, they just need to make certain perks a staple, you know? Dead silence should be a staple, you know, sleight of hand, toughness, dexterity, like, the great perks from all of the past Call of Duty games should be a staple in every single game. Okay? Another thing that I feel like Go 4 hopefully should do, and that other future titles should do moving forward, the Pick 10 system. Why are we not going back to the Pick 10 system, bro? I mean, like, literally, it works. Literally, it works for all game styles, like, for all players. It works for everybody, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole gunsmith system, don't get me wrong, you know, you can make some interesting builds, and you can kind of, you know, make cool things. You can make cursed layouts. You can make, you know, goated ones. You know, that's kind of what I feel like they were going for. with the gunsmith system, but we've had it for the last 5 years now, and I just think we need to go back to pick 10. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's a single person on this earth that doesn't want to see the pick 10 system return. So, make it happen, man. Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm like I said, man, I'm not here to, you know, wreck anyone's expectations for Goal 4. I'm just here to, you know, let you guys know to kind of slow your expectations down of the game. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't sit here and think that this is going to be the game that saves the COD franchise, because it's not. The only thing that can save the COD franchise is, you know, if we get rid of skill-based matchmaking, if it returns back to its roots by not focusing on Battle Royale all the time, and, you know, when it starts listening to the community, which, shout out to Sledgehammer Games, because they do listen to their community. You know, whenever we tell Infinity Ward to do something, it's like they can't hear us. It's like they become deaf all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're like Helen Keller or some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just feel like that's what needs to happen for COD to be great again. You know what I'm saying? Skill-based matchmaking, okay? Let's talk about it. I understand, well, let me not say skill-based matchmaking. It's more or less, it's more or less engagement optimized matchmaking is what it is. Okay? Now, a lot of people may be confused on what the difference is between the two, but I'll explain it. Okay? Skill-based matchmaking is exactly what it sounds like. It matches you based on your skill, you know, and it determines how good your skill is versus other players, right? Whereas engagement optimized matchmaking is derived from engagement to engagement within the game. So how many times you slide around corners, to how many times you reload in a match, to how many times you get streaks in a match, right? And it uses those parameters to match you up with players of your same activity level, if you will. So, for example, let's just say I drop 2 chopper gunners a game. They're going to match me up with players that drop almost 2 choppers a game, if not more, to kind of keep me at the same basis, right? So, I'm going to explain why this is very scummy, and I'm going to explain what they can do to fix it, okay? To me, it's just scummy because of the simple fact, why am I being punished? Why am I being punished for doing good in a match? Why am I being limited to what I can do, all because little Jimmy and little Timmy are struggling? You see what I'm saying? And that's the other thing. They try and make everyone even Steven. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if we go out on the basketball court, right? And, you know, I have certain skills about me that you don't have. So they try and tie one arm behind my back. They try and give me an eye patch, and they try and put tape on two of my fingers so that way I can't score, and so that way you can score, right? COD's the same way. Why? Yo, raindrops is so ridiculous, bro. Oh, I love it, man. Raindrops are so fun, man. But yeah, so it's very scummy in the fact that they literally do research on you, right? Like, they literally have your account information, like, they have, you know, your skill, like, they have your, you know, your account data, you know, like Call of Duty wise, at least, you know, like, you know, they know how many streaks you drop, they know how many times you booty slide around the corner, they know how many bundles you buy, and I just think, for one, that's an invasion of privacy, which is very scummy, and for two, they've never done this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand we live in a data-driven age where everything is based off of data and, you know, everything else like that, but come on, man. Like, I literally paid $70 for the game, just like everyone else. Just like Little Timmy and Little Jimmy, okay? So why am I being punished for how good I am at the game? So that kind of moves me into my next point, right? How do you fix the skill-based matchmaking thing, right? How do you fix it? Well, you fix it by doing what we used to do. Doing what they used to do back in the day. Which is two words. Combat training. Boot camp. Okay? Make a dedicated section of the game. Okay? For players that are new to the game and that have no experience. Okay? Put them in there with players of their similar skill level. You know what I'm saying? Put them in there with players of their same skill level. And that way it will help them better at the game. So that way they're not, you know, sitting here running on Twitter crying, or they're not saying, "Oh my god, mommy, this YouTuber stumped me because I'm not good in Call of Duty." Like, bro, do you not understand that that's how you learn? That's how you learn. You learn by getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? You just do. You just learn by getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, back when I played COD, like, you know, when I first started playing Call of Duty back in the day, bro, I was getting stumped, bro. I was getting attack choppers dropped on me. I was getting Pavlos dropped on me. I was getting tactical nukes dropped on me. But, you know what I said? I was like, hey, I'm tired of this. I want to learn how to play the game, and that's it. So, I learned how to play Call of Duty, and ever since then, I dropped streaks on people. You know what I'm saying? Do I feel bad about it? Nope. Not even in the slightest. Because, like I said, I had to learn how to play the game. That's how you get good at anything. You have to learn how to do it. You have to practice. You're going to lose a lot. I mean, with the way skill-based matchmaking works anyways, losing is your best bet. Losing is your best bet, bro. I kid you not. Any game that you can lose, or any game where you absolutely suck, you want to suck in Call of Duty nowadays. You want to. It used to be about being good. But the worse you are, the better experiences you'll have. And that's just the God's honest truth. Like, that's just how it is nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's just how it is. Like, I don't really understand, or I don't really think there's another way I can explain it, but that's just how it is. So, you know, that being said, it pays to suck in Call of Duty nowadays. It does. Shop it free, I don't need it. But combat training and boot camp. Let them stay in there until they're level 20, level 30. Give them plenty of time to adjust to the game. And whatever their KD is at the end of that session, keep them in lobbies with players of their same level. So that way it builds their confidence up. And whenever they're ready to come into my lobbies, and players that are better than me with their lobbies, they'll be ready to go. Just as simple. Just as simple. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. That's all they got to do. So, with that being said, man, that's just what I think they can do to limit this skill-based matchmaking kind of deal / EOMM kind of deal, you know? That's just what I think. You know, y'all let me know what y'all think down there in the comment section below, or the chat. Yeah, I think this might be GG for us, fellas. But, hey, round 35, shoot, I'll take it. I don't know if this is my highest level on Horizon Rock, I don't think. I don't know, I'm not really for sure. I like how it's still counting up the kills. But hey, 35 rounds on Horizon Rock, man. 1,633 kills. We had 3 downs, you know, but it's cool. But I hope everybody enjoyed the live stream, man. Sorry for the first one being cut out. So yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream though. We got 3 liquid diviniums, so that's pretty good. Gonna go back and see what we got. It'd be nice if we got a perkaholic. Crawl space is pretty useful for the void bow step, so we'll definitely keep that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. If y'all did, y'all drop a like, y'all subscribe. Make sure your notifications are turned on so that way you don't miss a video when I upload. We're going to be going back to doing more live streams. Like I said, it's been over 6 months since I done my last live stream, so I hope this live stream wasn't too bad. But other than that, y'all stay motivated, stay dedicated, always have that Mamba mentality, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace out.